Today in this video, in Fiori app, we learn about the groups and tiles, how it is being displayed based on the roles in SAP assigned to our user ID. We can see here in SU01, we can see the roles assigned to our user ID. We can see here the recipe developer 7.3, and in Fiori screen we can see the catalog as recipe development. So we will learn in more detail about this, how the roles assigned in this SAP screen helps in displaying the catalogs or groups or tiles in Fiori screen. Let us learn more in detail. Now let us see how the Fiori screen changes when we delete the role in the SAP screen, that is in SU01. So before deleting the roles, actually I have downloaded all the roles to the spool, so we don't lose the information about the roles which we already assigned. Now let us try to delete the role which is with recipe developer 7.3, and let us see how the Fiori screen changes, and save it. And once now we move on to Fiori screen and refresh. Let us see this recipe development thing, how it will be changed. Now we can see that recipe development catalog is disappeared. So this is how the Fiori screen is linked with the roles which were already assigned in SAP. I think you can also find little bit of difference in my Fiori screen. It is like little bit different from the screen which is already in the market. I don't know, like actually tiles, these tiles we can see like in the rectangular boxes, but I can see in my Fiori screen in the left side of the screen, so I am not sure. Maybe this might be a older version. Okay, first understand. Okay, this is how the roles helps in displaying the Fiori screen. Here one thing we have to understand is that Fiori roles are different than SAP roles. If you see here under profile, SAP underscore all, this helps in giving all the access to whole SAP system. These roles are specifically for Fiori access. So we can see that the role which is assigned helps in accessing the Fiori screen. There are specific roles for Fiori screen. Maybe these roles might be included even for SAP screen, but there are separate roles for Fiori screen. Only if those roles are assigned to the user, then only he will be able to access that particular transaction code or particular tile or group or catalog. So now let us see how the transaction codes are linked to the roles, or how we can find which transaction code is assigned to which role. So let us see how can we find that. In traditional SAP, we know that If we want to create a purchase order, we use transaction code ME21N, or if we want to make a payment F-53, like that, means like we are using transaction codes or the paths where we can do an action in the SAP screen, traditional SAP. But in Fiori, there will not be any transaction codes. We need to use the particular Fiori apps to perform that transaction. So for that reason, we need to find out which transactions are assigned to which Fiori app, and the role based things are all will be taken care by the Fiori consultant. We no need to worry about that. Just for the knowledge purpose, we will understand how the roles are, what are all the roles are assigned to the particular user, or which transaction code is available in which role. I will show you how we can check that. So in Google, you have to give Fiori apps library, and you have to select the first link, SAP Fiori apps reference library. So here we will check let it pop up the screen. So here we will check by giving the transaction code and search the transaction code. So once we open up the Fiori apps library screen, just click on all apps. So if we see here, there are total of 14,097 apps. So for every new release, frequently they will be keep on developing new apps and be adding to this Fiori app library. So any new app or any updated apps can be seen here. So now let us search for the transaction code ME21N and see what are all the apps available for ME21N. See, we can see these are all the apps available which is linked to transaction code ME21N. Once we search the ME21 screen in SAP Fiori app, we can see the related apps displayed here. This manage purchase orders is the new one which was added recently to the Fiori. Means manage purchase orders will be helpful to create and also modify and also delete in the same screen. So now we check the roles related to this app. If we double click on this, it will open up the screen related to this app. So here SAP S/4HANA, and we are not in cloud, and here we select the implementation information. In implementation information, here we select the latest version. So here the latest version is this. Okay, and then we click on configuration, and we can see all the technical details related to this, all the technical information. And if we go a little bit down, we can see the catalogs and also the groups and then the roles. If we see here, these are the roles assigned to this particular app. So if we assign any of this role, this app can be displayed in the user's screen. Now I assign this role in our traditional SAP and see how the Fiori screen looks like. Let us go to our SAP screen and add it. Okay, it is getting saved, and now let us move on and refresh the Fiori app and let us see how the screen looks like. As there are many apps available, we might be little bit confused where to check that central purchaser app. So what I do is, let me go to the SAP screen and delete all the other roles and let me stick on to only the central purchaser role. Let me delete all these roles so we can check the difference. So I deleted the accountant. So let's now check how the SAP Fiori screen looks like. So if we refresh it, as there are lots of roles assigned to the user ID and also there are many associated apps to those roles, we are not able to figure out which apps were deleted to that particular role which we have deleted. So what we do is, we try to delete all the roles in the user screen, so we will be able to know which particular app will be displayed to this particular role. Let me, I don't know only why one at a time, only one we can delete, and delete BRGL accountant, delete FinCorp request app, delete, and SAP RF delete. These are all the G roles. Let us keep these G roles as it is and we save the settings. And now let us refresh the screen and see how the screen looks like. Is empty. So it is too much empty. As our screen becomes empty, let us try to add the roles which we already had one by one and check how the Fiori screen changes. So let us go to our sheet and first let me add AP accountant role to the SAP screen. So here I will add Okay, and we save it, and let us check how the Fiori screen changes. So with that particular role, our screen is going to pop up with some apps. Let us see what are those. I think I have some problem with the SAP Fiori screen. Even though I add few roles or deleted few roles, um, it is not showing in the SAP Fiori screen as expected. Maybe that is because this might be an older version. What I here the main thing I want to communicate is you can find the role against to your transaction code, and this role needs to be assigned to the user, and the apps related to this particular role will be displayed in the SAP Fiori screen. If we want to see the related apps assigned to this role, just click on the role and it will open up a new session where we can see all the apps linked to that particular role. So if we click on menu, we can see all the apps available in this menu. See, this web client UI framework is coming from SAP BR Cache Manager. This one. We were not able to see all the things, but we can see few. Maybe that is because of some issue with the Fiori app. I guess this app seems to be very old. If you have the recent Fiori, you can try the steps and you can see the difference while you practicing. Web client UI framework. If we click on it, let us see it shows development, utilities, administration, enterprise search. So this one, you can see that, right? Development, utilities, administration and enterprise search. So like this, if it is logistics, so equipment and tools management, all these things will be displayed under logistics. Equipment and tools management, materials management, governance, and these are groups and these are catalogs. This is the main catalog, logistics, accounting, and these are groups. Under these groups we can see many different tiles. See, even we can see ME21N and create extended purchase order. We have created our role. So like this, these are all called tiles, means nothing but apps. These are all groups, these are all catalogs. This is the main thing which we will get in the SAP certification exam. if we see, these are all the groups available to our cache manager role. Okay, so if we click on it, we can see the group name. So if we have access to the Fiori designer screen, which is total responsibility of the Fiori consultant, there you can check by taking this group name, and it is like /o, the transaction code is /UI2 slash Fiori launchpad underscore cust, but I don't think I have access to this. But if you have access to this, we can just copy that group name is unknown /UI2 FLPD, sorry, /UI2 /FLPD underscore cust. So if we give this, this is the correct transaction code, but it seems it is not working in my system. But if you have access in your systems, you can try this transaction code /UI2 /FLPD underscore cust, which is a Fiori designer app where Fiori consultants use to develop these groups, tiles, and what are all the tiles assigned to the groups, and what are the groups assigned to the catalog. All these things can be worked upon in that Fiori system. So you can check this, but as I don't have access to this, I'm not able to. So once this Fiori designer app opens, what normally we do, what Fiori consultants can do here is they can check, this is the tile group, there will be catalogs and there will be groups. So as this is a group, we can give under the group section and we can see what are all the tiles assigned under that group. If there is any requirement that any of the tile has to be removed or any of the tile has to be added, they can do all these things in the transaction which I have shown before. So, and also they can check on, as we see here, this is catalog, and under this catalog we see the groups, and under groups there will be tiles. This is the process, and if anything needs to be changed to the catalog, we can take this and search this catalog in the Fiori designer screen. Think actually there is some problem with this. It is not showing any of the groups or tiles, but as it is a catalog, it will have groups and also tiles under that. At last, finally, what I want to say is, if you see the role SAP BR Cache Manager, we can see what I can say is catalogs or groups are assigned to this role. If we see the same in our Fiori screen, we can see the logistics, accounting, web, client and accounting. So all these four has come from the SAP BR Cache Manager role. So maybe there are few other roles which might be interlinked in this role itself. So it is like combination of the catalogs, groups and tiles. So this is what I know about Fiori, how it works based on roles. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and share it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.